Today on American Strangeness, you're going to learn about one of the strangest news stories ever reported. And that ain't hyperbole. Hold on to your butts because we're voyaging into the darkest mires of the Louisiana swamps to meet the man-eating Plantimal of New Orleans. This fantastic article details a violent encounter with a, quote, missing link between the animal and vegetable kingdoms, titled Horror in a Swamp. Although it took place in New Orleans, the news appears to have originated in the United Kingdom, running exclusively in British and Australian newspapers. As published in the February 6, 1924 Daily Record and Mail in Glasgow, Scotland. Horror in a Swamp. Botanists fight for life in plant's grip. New Orleans, Tuesday. A horrible flesh-eating plant animal, rooted in the earth like a plant, but with the skin, muscles, and bony skeleton of an animal, is said to have been discovered in the depths of a great swamp 40 miles from New Orleans by Joseph Villerue and George Gastron, two botanists who were lost for over a week in the heart of the swamp. The plant is said to be carnivorous and to devour small animals. The botanists believe, says a correspondent, that the plant is a missing link between the plant and animal kingdoms, since it possesses many of the characteristics of both. They further say that every stem of this strange plant is built round a bone running through the center. Instead of vegetable structure, the plant is formed of flesh like that of an animal. A wrinkled skin forms the outer surface of the plant's structure. Cry for help. The mysterious plant grew near the edge of the water on a small island, and resembled a palm tree to some extent, although its general color was gray. Fragrant yellow flowers growing near the foot of the tree attracted Villerue, who attempted to pick them up. As he stooped, he was suddenly seized by several of the large fronds of the freak plant and slowly drawn towards the main stem. Calling loudly for help, Villerue at the same time seized the fronds that held him, but to his horror found that they were huge muscles like those of a giant. When Gastron ran to the assistance of his companion, he too was seized by the creepers and made prisoner, and it was not until the two men had used their sharp camp axes to cut through the bone and sinew that they were able to free themselves. Their task occupied them a couple of hours because, as they cut off some of the creepers, others seized them. Snake-like creepers. Several small animals, such as squirrels and rabbits, were caught by the plant during the time the men were held captive, and the sight of the snake-like skin-covered creepers darting out to catch the terrified creatures was like a terrible nightmare. When the small animals were captured, the life was squeezed out of them, and they were lifted by the fronds to a big opening towards the top of the main stem, which serves as the stomach of the plant. The other man said that as the axe fell, the plant writhed in apparent agony, and red sap, resembling blood, oozed from the wounds. So, if you ever have the misfortune to find yourself traipsing lost through swampland outside the Big Easy, don't sweat the copperheads or fret about the gators, because there might be a bloodthirsty tree just waiting to grab you up in its hungry coils. The Plantimal awaits. Stay strange, everyone.